Voyager's pretty much done. The only thing I got to finish doing is I got to paint the little shuttle. I got to paint the basically the windshield, and I'm going to put a little wash on here, just a little gray wash, just to get the shadows and everything on the shuttle. And when I ship this to you, it'll be in a little bag next to the ship, so when you find it, you can place it wherever you'd like. And of course, me, I like to fly it around and land it on the shuttle bay there. But anyway, Voyager is pretty much done. The only thing I gotta do is the base. I got the base stained. I gotta go and put some polyurethane on it just to get it to shine and pop. I like to use cognac. That's my favorite stain so far on bases. Just a simple base. Took the took the kit stand and made the base and painted it with Tamiya gold on here. And it's just a telescoping brass pole. If you've never seen it, be able to slide it on and off like so. So when you get it, you just put it on like so, and you are good to go. And it holds the weight, and you can spin it whichever way you'd like to display it. You'll have two red wires. You'll have two wires, red and a black, hanging out from the bottom. Now I'm going to send you a 9-volt battery snap with a switch on there. Now you'll have to get you a 9-volt, but when you get the model, I try to make it very simple. You just got to connect the red wire to the red wire and the black wire to the black wire, put a little electrical tape on there, and you're good to go. So Voyager's just about done. We'll do one more video on him because I want to get the base stained and do some pretty shots on here, and I think we'll be good to go on that. So anyway, Voyager just about done. About to wrap this up, and then we'll get this shipped off to its rightful owner. The Mad Max car. Now I did get it. I got the base coat painted. I need to wait one more day before I do anything because enamel paint and masking tape, it really just needs to cure, Basically, it's a yellow front end here, so we're going to mask that off and get the paint, and it's basically got a kind of a red stripe. I ain't going to paint that. See what I did? You're not supposed to see that. I'm not supposed to hit model kits like that. It's basically going to get a red stripe, so we're going to use some pinstriping tape, get that all fixed on there. One thing I don't know if you can see it, but it's not a sticker, it's the paint they used, but if you see the flame that's on here, now it's probably going to show up just a little more once I get the yellow paint on there, but anyway, that's something I'm going to have to, it's just going to have to be there. I really can't fix the flame on there, it's just one of those that I probably could have sanded it, but that's a lot of work for an RC car. I mean, if you was doing a static model, for competition and everything, you might be able to do it. But anyway, you might see the flame on there, but it should be very, very faint. But anyway, we are rock and roll. So I'm going to try to get the yellow on, at least by the weekend is what I'm hoping. But anyway, that's where I am on the Mad Max car. The trifugal. You saw how I got the cockpit to basically be stable. I'm going to add some strip to some places, if you can see on here, just to I'm going to add a little detail. Plus I need to hide a few sanding seams on there, because if I try to rescribe the panel lines on here, I think it'll look like I scribed the panel lines, and it's more rivets than it is panel lines. So I'm going to add some styrene styrene strip just to add some things. I had to modify the figure, which I basically had to cut his boots off to get him to fit. Right here, let me just do this. Take that off. I basically had to get him his feet cut off just to fit into the cockpit. But if you really, really look, you really can't see his feet anyway. And plus, once you get the cockpit on and the cockpit frame painted and everything, you're just not going to see it. But anyway, trying out my new vacuum form helmet on here, so I think it looks pretty darn slick. So I can't wait to get him painted. I want to get the cockpit. I got to finish sanding everything on here, but I like to get the cockpit at least somewhat painted and put some washes in there, and we'll call that good. But anyway, the trifugal is taking shape. So what I'm going to do this week, at least try, I didn't put the guns in because, number one, it was hampering, and again, you're not going to see everything. Basically just going to see the tip of the gun. So what I'm going to do, and you got to think about these, this guns, they're not hollow like they should be, you know. So I had to get some brass rod here. I'm going to just take some measurements and cut me some brass tubing and stick it in there, and basically you'll have hollow gun tubes for the trifugal. And then all I'm going to do is, and I've got one assembled, I got to start doing the landing gears, which goes on the back here, and got to get them assembled and sanded and all that. But anyway, that's where I am on that. So I'm going to try and work on the trifugal this week, and going to finish up Voyager, and I'm going to paint the Mad Max car. But then I decided I want to do something for myself, because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I saw the trailer for it, and I've seen about 4 minutes of footage of it, and that's the Mandalorian. I really want to see that show, and what I want to do is I want to take the Bandai Boba Fett figure and not make the Mandalorian. I want to make my own Mandalorian. That way it gives me a little freedom on colors and weathering and everything, and you're not, you know, sucked into just one specific character. So I want to make my own Mando out of the 1/12 Bandai kit. So that's I think what I want to do next. So do a figure after we do the trifugal. But anyway, that's where I've got going on today. Thinking on the Mandalorian. The trifugal is getting its pilot. I'm going to do some detail work on it. Voyager getting its base, and the Mad Max car is got its base coat. So that's what we got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.